Shut up. What's up, everyone? What's going on? Welcome back to the Shut Up podcast. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it. Today, we have well, first of all, how are you, Deranged?
I was about to, he's just about to brush over me, even though I'm the co-host in this thing. But yeah, I'm doing really well. How you doing?
I am good, and I'm Jetty. Thank you so much. Thank y'all for being here. But again, today's guest is a wonderful MC, a great rapper, just the smoothest timbre. I'm telling you, it's when you gotta check them out. Welcome, Chuck.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Insert applause.
I appreciate you.
Yeah,
Guys.
one of our shout-outs. One of our shout-outs.
I appreciate
How
you.
are you, Chuck? How are you?
I'm good. Just been staying busy and consistent with all this stuff, so I had to make sure I made time to come see y'all. So thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
man.
you so
We
much.
definitely noticed your busyness, like how much you've been working and grinding, and which is why we gave you a shout-out initially because, like I said, like he's one of the people that is just constantly moving, constantly working, constantly doing things in Bakersfield, out of Bakersfield, just constantly doing his thing, and that's why we were just like, you know what, bro, let's get you up on here, let's talk about you a little bit.
I appreciate it, and I'm really grateful. So thank you, guys.
Yeah. So, if I could,
You always can.
with the first question, what I know this may be like, I don't know if it'll make sense, but what kind of music do you make, Chuck?
Right now, I'm trying to make timeless music that you can go back to. My music has always been lyrically potent, so it's just stuff that I want you to really dive into and not just glaze over it one or two times. I really want you to digest everything. So
Lyrically potent, I like that.
Yeah.
Lyrically potent, I like that. So
Mental groceries, right?
And to grow exactly.
oh my gosh. But yeah, so
That's love.
what initially got you into music, and then more importantly, hip hop?
Music has always been like a constant.
Sorry, it's him.
No, you're good. You're good. Music's been a constant in my life from day one. So it wasn't that hard to jump into that.
Right.
But I found my pop was in. I found out my pop was in a rap group when I was real young, and I was like, all right, so. It's
nice.
On. It's on. Yeah, it's on.
So competition?
Well, more of like if he can do it, I can do it.
Oh,
that's how I saw it. Like
right.
in that time. So I was
sure,
like,
for sure.
all right, gotta polish up, study up, and try to be the best.
That's honestly really dope.
I love that. Like, it runs in the family, because when we had DJ Ashby, she was saying, it started for her with her dad, like in her family with music, and that's what kind of got her. Well, that's basically what propelled her into DJing and making music. So it's really cool that it's a similar thing for you too. So I love that. How long have you been making music? Like, from the time you first started, even if it was your first song and you took a break, you came back in its entirety. How long have you been doing this now?
Professionally making music,
yeah,
like recording. I started when I was. I think that first record I recorded, I was like. Actually, no, technically 13.
13.
Technically, my boy Daquan took me up by BC, some garage, and we recorded a couple of tracks. They never came out, but I realized that it took a lot to make a record, and so I kind of wanted to hone in on a lot of things before I did it again. So I didn't really start this till I was like 19.
Okay,
sure.
but you recorded your first song at 13?
Yeah, technically, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how many years would you say that is? I'm not trying to like calculate your age or nothing.
Well,
sounds like it.
With the going back 13, it'd be like 15 years now. Yeah.
Wow.
Cool. No, I mean, and it sounds like you've been doing this for a long time. What I mean by that is that it sounds effortless for you when you're on the track.
Yeah. Sorry, he knows I'm a huge fan. I tell him all the time, every time I see him. So.
And as I am of you, my man, because you are fucking talented, man.
Yeah, you are talented.
Thank you.
I just wanted to make sure you're his fan, but I mean he's your fan, but like I didn't know that shouted you out, so that's crazy.
No,
you know what? As you know, while we're on the subject, while we're on the topic, let's talk about how wonderful of a person he is. So earlier today, we were on the phone. Yeah, I'm gonna look this up because I wrote it down. And so he decided that I was a number of things. He's so he's so creative and good with words. He called me stupid, annoying, dumb, low class, and ridiculous. Jeez. All within the span of 30 seconds.
Jeez.
You know, but it's okay though, because it was a joke. We were just joking. That's how we show how much we love each other, with jokes. You're so funny.
We were having this conversation and he got annoyed really easily, even though
I'm annoying.
No, I could tell you guys love each other.
Oh, yeah, it's all love.
Gosh, I just can't even tell you how much I love this guy.
He can't tell you because he won't tell you. But but no, it's all love. He always just gets really offended, and it's really funny by that, because like they're just words. They're not even anything that means anything to me.
They're just words. Oh gosh, the beauty of words.
Exactly.
But now, speaking of words, though, this man.
No, for real. No, honestly, that was such a good segue. For real, like seriously, this. I really do want to say, when I was saying this, how smooth his timbre is and just how effortless, he was saying that Chuck's rapping is. It's legit. Like, we're not joking with you. You listen to him and it feels, and it kind of takes you back to a little bit of that older style of rap, but with a modern twist. So it just feels. It really feels like he's talking to you, you know what I'm saying? And it's just something, like, you listen to what he has to say, and there really is, you know, a conversation that he's having, whether it's, you know, just to whoever's listening, or if he's just having a conversation, you know, to himself and just getting his thoughts out. But it's just it's so cool how effortless and just how smooth it is and how confident it is. And that's the main, like, there's a lot of intention in the things that you say, and just when you're rapping, that it's not just something you just go up there and do. It's for real. And so it's just a lot of respect for that, for real. Seriously.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And if I could also say,
yeah, if you'd like,
I would like, the back to back is that's what I was quoting earlier when I said mental groceries, because the line on that one was so. There's a few hitters on there for me. I was just like, dang, like that's sick.
Back to it,
yeah. Sorry, my bad. Back to it. I'm talking.
No, I know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about Drake later on today. So I'm all confused.
I know that was a bomb.
But yeah,
that was a bomb. No, but thank you.
Listen, y'all.
Yeah. So back to it is dope. SoCal is real vibey. And that's your latest work, right? That 3 song.
Yeah, the project. Yeah.
That project. Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, if y'all don't know, check that out. That one is called
The Polished Tape.
The Polished Tape.
Yes, sir.
The Polished Tape out now.
Yeah, it's out. It's dope.
No, it is.
Clean. After's on it, and a few other people are on that feature.
I got After, and I got Noble on there.
Noble, thank you. Yeah, Noble's on there too. But yeah, no, really clean, really smooth. So you told us why you got into rap. Like, now that you're in it and you're like you're settled in it, like, what is your next move?
Yes.
I actually have a show coming up in Anaheim, and then 5 days after that, I got a show in Hollywood. So
you better get out there to the people. Let them see and hear.
That's honestly the next move. So it's cool that I can't just I'm not able to just talk about it. I'm like able to show y'all. Like I just posted the flyer earlier, so you guys will see it and stuff.
Oh, so then we'll post that flyer.
We will see it. It'll be here.
Our new editor, Anthony. We'll do it right here.
Anthony, put that in.
Yeah, I'll send that to you. But no, thank you guys for letting me, be here and speak on these things, because
for sure.
I want to get out more. I want to show my face more. I want to have conversations like this more. So this is the next step, kind of.
Yeah, and we want to put you out there more too, just because like we do very much believe in your talent and your skill.
Yes.
I mean, we don't do this for everybody.
It's real.
It's real.
I've seen you in the crowd rocking with me before.
No, I'm telling you, yes.
It's love.
It definitely is. I'll be out there, he's like, dang, I'm like locked in, because like I said, boy's lyrics is crazy.
Yeah.
And his delivery is amazing.
No,
so
I see your reaction in real time, and it's amazing, man. To see you actually connecting with what I'm saying. Like, while I'm on stage, it's cool when you're in the car listening, but when you're catching the bars and you're like, ooh, like, it's like I'm like
my stank face.
I'm like, all right, exactly.
Exactly. I think that's what's really cool about seeing somebody live, is that, of course, obviously you already have their music, you already know their music, you know it is. And I think sometimes people, when they go to see a live show for an artist, sometimes they'd like to hear kind of like a different rendition of it, or see what they do with it. Because some people feel like, okay, if I just went to see them live and they did the song like they do on the record, I could just listen to the CD. But it really isn't the same, because you're just listening to their voice. And then when you go to see them live, even if they do it exactly how they do on the record, that just goes to show how much talent and skill they have, that they can sound exactly like the record. First of all, that's one.
And the practice.
Yeah, and two, just to be able to see them face to face, and there's a physical connection, you know, and not just through, you know, through your ears, but just in, you know, the presence of everybody else. And you can, it even allows you to connect with other people, because you can be next to a complete stranger, but yet y'all are having the best times of your lives together, even if you never see that person again, but it's just something that you can connect over together. So I think it's a really cool thing to be able to see somebody live.
Yeah, it's a moment that that everybody in that's there can always have.
So
yeah, and then behind the scenes too, like not even just on stage or like through his music, like he's also just. I'm sorry, I know I keep gassing you up, but like, it is what it is. Like, I'm just speaking facts. Like, he's just really a good dude. Like just all around good dude. Like when he's off stage, he's cool to vibe with. Like you feel the vibes. Like y'all see, he's a real chill dude, but he's also like he cares. He's respectful. Like, I don't know. Like there's like a lot of pluses with this dude, and so.
Thank you so much.
And I think a lot of people don't know that he also has like a funny side to him as well, because I mean, he's super chill, but like when you catch him at the right moment, he's, you know, he just has just as much energy as the next person. So that's also, I think that's a really cool thing to see, and it's something that I didn't notice before, and he was pointing it out to me, because when we were doing sound check for the show at the Nile, and you were just like really perky, just in like such a good mood, and just perky, you know, just hanging out. I know.
I was just trying to get
everybody
in good spirits.
Upbeat. Wow. Okay. Whatever. Fine. Upbeat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for saying perky. But and so I told him, I was like,
I just like to pick up everybody's spirits before the show, especially like you know, we're all gonna share the stage. I want everybody to be on the same like energy, or at least like confident in themselves. You know. Yeah.
See, goes right into what Duran said. He's just an all around good dude. That's, you know. And but speaking of being a good dude, look, we have this sitting right here. I don't know why I reached for it like this. So, if y'all didn't know, Chuck is he's a cover boy. He's a cover boy now. He's on the front of Killjoy magazine. Shout out to Killjoy magazine. Shout out to my boys. Like great team there, just great people. What was it like, you know, knowing that you were going to be on the front of this magazine? How did it feel? Like, what was the whole situation for you?
Elijah told me this story how when he saw me initially, he wasn't really interested. So when he found out who I was and heard about what I've done, and he told me, he was like, man, I haven't heard a bad thing about you, so I feel like I kind of owe you this. And I was like, no, you don't owe me anything. But and every time I thanked him, shout out to Easy, man. Every time I thanked him, he was like, I couldn't have done this without you doing what you do. Yeah. He's like, so all the thanks goes to you. That's and dope. So, I mean, it all happened naturally. I asked him if I can have, like, my friends and the people I work with in there, and so he got a lot of those people in. And then he got a lot of people that I respect, like Nooch and Renz and all them, and Sweets. Like, I love the fact that I could share the magazine with, like, Ash and Stephanie Soul and just have my friend shop on the cover of the mag. Like, that's where we shot it. Okay, and then my boy that has been cutting my hair since he was a little, like, he's in the mag with me. Like, I made sure we touched on these things, and we even shot it here, like in Beacon, because we got roots here. So you know, it was love, man. It was a great experience.
Once again, all around good dude. I mean, it's just furthering the point. Yeah.
Is there any like collaborations, or like, 'cause I know you work, your hands are in like everything, you know what I'm saying? And so, like, is there any thing you're doing with someone else? I know, like, you had Bars on Wheels as well, but, like, is there any other things that...
Shout out to Bars on Wheels real quick.
Shout out to the
doing
boys and
amazing things. Like, just insane, but yeah.
No, shout out to Bars on Wheels. I got collaborations with Valeriri, Aranza, Uni. We got some stuff going on with Noble and everybody that Undefined. Ness just dropped a project, and I have a couple collabs on there with him.
Oh,
so
sick. Okay.
It was cool. I hope you guys tap in. It's a really just rap driven coming from Ness, and it's really cool. Yes. So we had that come out. Louis G. I got some stuff with JJ and JJ. Cassandra. Like I'm everybody that I really, really appreciate, like, and respect, and I've seen putting in their work. why wouldn't I want to work with them? You know, so just starting. And I mean, me and Jetty are even, you know,
that's why I looked over.
Low key, yeah, we're low key. We're low key. You know, getting something together. Shout out to Rashad.
Yes, yes, sir. So
that's dope. That's dope.
I'm very excited for what that can potentially turn into. So,
I got one with Suze too.
Oh yes, okay.
That one is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Okay, gotta look.
It's a powerful record, but I like it a lot. Yeah.
For sure.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's all good.
No, that's fine. No.
First of all, show me some respect in here. That isn't. No, it's not. Not when you did it.
He's the guest.
No, for you, but for you to turn to me and look me dead in my eyes and say, "No, it's all right." Like, deal with it. Like, that's ridiculous.
He loves to put extra words in my mouth.
It's not because your eyes and your actions are the extra words.
That's really funny. No, I was just saying him as a guest. Like, it's okay. Like, we want you to speak up, and
That's why I said it's all good, but for you to reiterate and look directly at me.
I just wanted to make sure he felt comfortable.
What? Anyways, thanks, Blondie.
Blondie is crazy.
It does look good though. It looks good.
He loves to attack the appearance.
We actually didn't even get a chance to shout this out. But yeah, he changed his hair. It looks good. Let everybody see. No, it does. It really does look good though. It looks good on you. All that though. But yeah, it does look good. So,
why don't you put your glasses on?
I swear. I swear.
I was gonna say that we had talked about doing some stuff too, but we keep talking about it. But it's on me because whenever I want to collab with somebody, I always want to make sure I have the perfect sound and subject that I want to do with someone. So there could be somebody I want to work with, but until I find it in my head, we're not gonna touch it because I don't want to make something that's unauthentic.
Yeah, it takes them a little while. Yeah. Takes a lot of time, to
I don't want to just keep putting out record after record after record, and it sounds.
Oh, and it sounds? Are you for real? That's wild.
I didn't even say anything.
You knew exactly what you were doing, ho. You knew exactly what you were doing. That's wild to me. But anyways, back to Chuck. So
they wanted to sound like J. Cole coming back to attack Kendrick Lamar. I don't want it to sound like that, Or I have to apologize for it later.
So Chuck, with music, is there not an end goal, but is there a goal or an accomplishment that I guess for you would be number one, or like if I accomplish this is that, like, that is it for me. That's where I'm trying to get to, or what I'm trying to do. Is there anything out there for you like that you're working towards, or that you would like to be able to do or experience?
I mean, personally, the fact that I've like inspired my peers and my community in some form or fashion, I've like accomplished what I wanted to. As the inner kid in me is like, you're good. Like, you're a rapper.
You did it.
Like, people know you as an MC, and that's all I wanted as a kid. But now it's like, I want the Grammy. I want to tour in Europe, and I want to go and make sure my name is known on the charts, and work with the right people, and just experience being an artist and doing the things that I want to do. And I don't know. I want to just see the world, really, and just see the cultures.
I mean, you're on the right track, dude. Like,
Thank you.
Just with your authentic self, and just the fact that you're doing what you want to do for you. People gravitate towards stuff like that, Everybody gravitates towards you because, again, you put the good vibes out there. You got good music. You got good energy. I mean, people are only going to want more from you.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's just going to keep growing and growing. So I see that happening.
That means a lot, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's definitely, like I said, I mean, I tell you that all the time whenever I see you. Just, I'm just a huge supporter of what you do, because I remember the very first time I heard you, I'm like, that's ridiculous. Like I said, it's just like I said, you're so, like he said, it was so smooth and just effortless with what you do, and I just have a lot of respect for that. And I know there's a lot of different ways to approach it, and there's different styles that you can go for, but just what works for you and how you approach your music and what you do as an artist is just really, I mean, I really enjoy it, and I continue to enjoy it, and I really can't wait to, hear what's next, honestly. And speaking of what's next, what is there anything that you're working on right now? Is there anything that people can expect from you?
Just talked about that.
Yeah, I forgot.
Well, I mean, we talked about collabs, but future stuff that's releasing soon.
I'm gonna fight.
Me,
We're gonna fight.
me and Aranza have some stuff we're planning on dropping. Suze and I want to drop probably in the summer. Valerie Ree and I have like a whole project that we're like fleshing out. So like, and we're basically done. We have like 6 songs like ready to go.
Nice.
So like, her and I, it's so natural to walk in just AP's spot. He'll put on a beat, and then I start feeling the vibe, or she'll start feeling the vibe, and then start like going, "Well, what'd you put?" And then she'll record, I'll record, and then try to line it up. So it's cool. I love naturally having these beautiful people and resources that I can just turn to and express myself with, you know. So but yeah, I got some stuff coming soon. I promise that you're gonna like it. And I got some remixes. I got some videos coming. So I got more content coming. Yeah.
Nice. And shout out to Valerie Ree, sorry, that just got into work with a little bit, you know, not too long ago. So I'm very excited about that. Obviously that's her work, so I'm not saying anything else, but thank you for the opportunity.
That was
Valerie,
so fun.
but she's great. She's such another great talented artist, and you know, just somebody that you should definitely check out, you know, when you have the chance. But yeah, so it sounds to me, just from what you've shared with us, that collaborations are like a pretty big thing for you right now, like currently. Would that be correct?
Yeah, because I mean, before like 2020, like most of my music was just me. Like I wanted to make sure people knew that I'm writing my stuff, I'm presenting all this how I want to. And,
I get that.
you know, when working with other artists, sometimes I'm blessed enough to work with my friends, but sometimes you work with people that you might not vibe with, or it's hard to communicate with, or their egos are on a different level, and it's harder to work with those than working with your friends. So I'm blessed to be able to just kick it and have a good time.
Have you had that experience working with someone before where there just wasn't really that much of a connection or effortlessness?
I like to get to know people before I do business with them. So if I feel like the conversation is already like going in a way where I'm like, oh, if we have future conversations, it's just gonna get worse, and I'm gonna probably not appreciate who you are as a person. I don't want to do that. So I'd rather like stay distant and love you from afar than get to really know you close and like find out how ugly you could be as a person.
Gosh, I used to take that to heart.
Because then, like, you know, like technically, like I'm in bed with this person like forever because we have something. Oh, that must be your friend, you know. And it's like, no, not really. We did business, and even then, it's like, well, didn't you know? Like, no, no, you know,
I have a track like that.
Yeah, you know,
you'd be surprised. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No. So it's just like I'm very weary of who I work with. You know, like unless like you're coming at me with like, hey, like I got this budget. You know, this is the topic or whatever. Maybe I could work with you, but I really gotta like you. I really gotta fuck with you. You know, in like the heaviest sense possible.
Oh, for sure.
So then that would. Let me too, like, sorry, this next one, probably my last question. But, yeah, I get...
No, it's good.
But, so, you know, speaking of, you're talking about getting to know someone before you work with them and just making sure that there is, you know, something established to where you can feel like you can really work with that person or bounce off of. Because it's happening. But when you get to that bigger point in your career and you become more national and even international, I feel like that's kind of part of the job, is having to work with people maybe that you don't want to work with. But
of course.
Do you plan on standing strong on that though? Like, listen, I just getting to know this person, I'm not sure about this, or is that something that you feel that you could probably kind of navigate to just get what you have to get done?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if it's like work, if I see it as like a challenge, like I think that's pretty cool.
Like
but you know, but if I don't know, yeah, if I see that it's the right move, you know, or it makes sense, or it's a dope record, yeah, you know, I might, you know,
Right.
I might, I might want to challenge myself to write something to that. So
okay.
yeah, there's always opportunities if it presents itself correctly, kind of thing.
I respect
or
that.
if it happens naturally. I love things that just happen naturally. And
yeah.
luckily for me, like
Everyone,
everything in my career is like always. It's never been forced. Like I've never had to like feel like, oh, I'm really going against the grain. Like no, it's just like
bless you.
Everything is just I'm blessed, man.
Yeah.
Like, and that's like even to be here right now, man. You guys have no idea.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
So is there anything that you wanted to add or ask?
Joe? I mean, yeah, but it's we're running.
You're right. Okay, so
you had like 70 questions.
That's great. Stop talking to me like this.
All right, let's go. Speed rounds. Let's go.
That's weird. That's like you're.
No. I mean, I just kind of wanted to. Piggyback off of that.
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
I just wanted to piggyback off of that. Like, yeah, like he was saying, further down the line, you might have to work with people either you don't see in the future, like oh, maybe we won't really vibe the same, so like you said, like Love You From Afar and stuff like that. That just kind of took me to what we're going to talk about now, which is 2024, the year of the disses.
Listen, everybody's dissing. I mean, and it's kind of across the board now. It's not even just rap. It's like seeping into other aspects, but you can start
the other aspects.
Chris Brown made a diss track to Quavo and he bodied Quavo. Like listen. And the thing is, and I guess people are like, oh, so Chris is now rapping. No, Chris is tapped in on that numerous times throughout his career. So it's nothing new. But for him to do it the way that he did, because it didn't even sound like it was difficult for him. He just went in.
Well, because Chris be dissing people on the slick all the
time. Right,
anyway.
all the time. Like, all the time.
He's not a bad writer.
No,
so I'm not surprised that he cleverly was able to break down.
Oh, yeah, because he got
all
into
these things. I was like,
yeah.
Because I think it was in response to Quavo, because Quavo started it first, and then he came out, I believe. If I remember correctly, I might not.
The main beef started when, apparently.
Allegedly.
When Quavo dated Karrueche.
Yes, and he touched on that in the song.
Yeah, so
sorry.
Yeah, he dated Karrueche, and then I believe him and Takeoff made a track about Chris Brown, and so Chris Brown made a track about Quavo specifically.
Specifically,
and
Quavo.
I want to say that one of the main lyrics on that one.
Please.
What was the song called? You remember what the song was called?
I was just too in shock. I wasn't even paying attention to anything else. I listened to the songs. I heard that he had a diss track, and I'm like, okay, so now singers are doing diss tracks. Let's go. And that was that. Yeah.
Listen, y'all, I'm bad at like names and stuff like that, so y'all gotta forgive me. But
do you think you could do a diss track if it came down to it? He's like, yeah. Jack's like, yeah.
He's like, I thought about it.
I mean, confidently, I'm telling you, that would be interesting.
Have you thought about doing one before?
Shout out to Harold. No, one time he stopped me because I was I was reading into someone's lyrics a little too deeply, and I was like, hey, is this about me? And he was he listened to it, he's like, nah, you're bugging. I said, no, he's going at me, bro. Like, I need to say something. Nah, you don't. And I'm like, I'm going to write something.
Yeah.
And then I wrote some stuff down. And I took the best parts that weren't really, like, direct, and I put them in a different song. So
I feel that.
I used my favorite parts of it, but I'm not one to start shit.
Yeah,
like,
I get that.
I really don't care about people and what they got going on. I believe in people. I love people, but at the same time, I'm my own man. Like, I have to worry about myself and the people that I care about before I worry about the opinions and worry about everybody else's stuff. So,
yeah, I get that. And I can respect that for sure. Yeah. I would definitely do this track.
I know you would. I know you would.
But I'm too. Yeah, and I don't know. Now I'm thinking about it. I'm like,
to me though, like my diss tracks.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, but my diss tracks would be like, it's all jokes. Like, it's all fun and games.
Even if fun and games, jokes.
Even if I'm hitting, like, in certain spots, like, it's like people know me, like, they know it's all jokes. So I would definitely do diss tracks.
So you would talk just like, oh, I'm just kidding.
I wouldn't say I was just kidding. They would know.
It's a joke?
Yeah, I wouldn't, like, have to explain it. Like, I have to explain the jokes to you when I'm joking with you.
No, I would want to say some shit about somebody that they'd have to explain to people every time they go in. Hey, what did he mean by this? You're like, fuck. Like,
yeah, right.
You know, like I'm gonna stain you, like
stain you.
Like that's
I would
what
love
I
to hear
would.
that.
But in the classiest way that I can.
Yeah,
You know,
if I did
He's a mob boss.
if I did this track, I'd have to like no. I think I'd be forced to step away because I think I'm too
Dark.
Maniacal. I swear.
Underhanded.
But yeah, so we're in a season of diss tracks, and so it's just really interesting. It's it's fun.
It's
as
great.
a viewer, you know what I'm saying? Like, as a listener, it's just really cool
for the culture.
Yeah, because that was something that was common.
Well,
Back when we've said that before, but
hip hop was built off of conversation and competitiveness. So it's good to have. We're talking about it right now.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So, and who you said somebody just dropped theirs? What, yesterday? Today.
Kendrick just dropped
his response.
I pulled up to work. And I sat in the car for a little bit before I walked in because I was like, no way did this happen. Press play. And I'm just going nuts. And I think people walking by think I was like having a mental breakdown.
Let them think what they think.
So I was going nuts, bro.
So would you like to share what was said a little bit? Because you said you listened to it a bit.
No, dude, there was just so much. Kendrick, it was a 6-minute long track, 6.5.
Oh,
just rapping.
Just rapping the whole time.
You got some shit on me, you think? And all right, watch this. Boom, 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 boom.
I mean, one of the things, one of the major things that stood out to me was when he said that he doesn't like when Drake says nigga. Alluding to the fact that people perceive him as white, not black, because he doesn't really represent the culture well and just like that. And so that stood out for me specifically. I don't know.
That's a crazy. I can understand where he's coming from. At the same time, I feel like that's also a little bit of a wild statement. Mm-hmm. But I mean, that's a whole other conversation. But for you to tell somebody like they don't. It's like, what exactly do you mean by that? Because what do you think representing the culture well is? Because that could be, for you, what's different for somebody else. Do you know what I'm saying? But like I said, that's a whole other thing.
But there also was a time where, I can't say allegedly because I've seen it.
Oh, well, if you've seen it.
I know. Where Drake did blackface. And so there's
the story of Adidon's covers.
Yeah. And so Yeah.
So
that stuff followed.
I did not know.
He was an actor, so yes, he was acting, but yes, it was blackface.
But why would he? Okay,
He was young. I'm not giving him a pass. I'm just telling you what the deal was.
It just doesn't. Okay, all right, yeah, okay.
And so he touched on that. He also touched about him not being able to be a father to his son.
No, oh, wait, you can't do that.
He's like, you're not telling your son to pray. You're not getting up with them like in the mornings, you're not tucking them in that bed,
Wait, I thought when it came to when it comes to culture, especially like hood culture, I thought there were rules. Like you can't. No. Okay, no. Listen, no. I thought they said
Drake.
It's Drake, family and kids are like off limits.
I think Drake brought up Kendrick's wife in push-ups. I think that's why he's like, okay, it's game.
Oh, so
and then Kendrick said, "You're gonna bring up my family. You're gonna bleed." Like that's what he said.
Definitely.
I was like, damn.
I was just gonna say, so you must not have heard.
I haven't heard any of these.
Oh no!
Except for Chris Brown's diss to Quavo.
When we were chilling last time, he was asking me, he's like, so you know what's going on right now in the rap game? I was like, yeah, there's a lot going on.
So much going on.
Kind of gave him a little bit.
Yeah, even our editor was just like, hey, when are you guys gonna do the next podcast? Because this rap beef, these disses are going crazy. I'm like, I know. I said, hopefully it blows up even more by the time we have this next podcast. And it did.
Dropped on today.
But yeah, like to go back to what you said, not even just Drake and Kendrick doing hit and blow the belt with like family stuff like that, but Tupac did it initially when he was talking about.
So I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a Biggie.
Yeah, but it was wife. So if there's any more below the belt than that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dang, that's crazy.
So it's been like that. There aren't really rules.
Oh, okay. I thought there were. Sorry.
That's the 2024 rule.
He said, you claim to be a player, but I fucked your wife.
Yes.
What?
That's what Kendrick said?
No, it's Tupac.
Oh, I was like, yo.
It goes way back to then.
I was like, divorce.
Well, Chris Brown was like,
oh yeah, he said that too, and I'm just like, okay, so
Chris Brown was talking about being with Sweetie when Quavo was with Sweetie, and
see
all that sweet tea and the sweet. I was like, okay, hold on, Chris, because you are doing what some of these rappers can't do, like Quavo can't do. Sorry.
But he could. But like my play was cool. In
no, yeah, I mean it was, but my thing is, it's just like, I mean, like, first of all, I really think people need to stop using that as an attack. Like, oh, I got with them. It's like, well, oh, okay, well then have them. Like what? Like I feel like that's kind of like, I feel like this just kind of played out.
It taints the other person's character too.
Yeah, does it?
Yeah, because you're like, oh, so you cheated on so and so? You know, it's like,
because I mean, wait, the person that did the cheating or the person that got cheated on?
No, the Sweetie in this case.
Oh yeah.
Like you kind of like, okay, so you weren't as solid as I thought you would be.
No, true, and even with that too, because you spoke on last podcast how you were saying how.
He was talking to me. I was like, "Who's you?"
You guys, who I pointed to.
Don't talk to me like that, please, please.
You talked about how it was a potential or it was a possible fight between Cardi B and Sweetie. Remember?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so
what? What's the information?
So far, it looks like Cardi B is involved in this Quavo and Chris Brown situation somehow, because she said on Twitter, "Y'all want me to drop a diss track."
If Cardi dropped a diss track,
how you gonna send me flowers and now this? Because Chris was talking about sending Cardi flowers because he was talking mess about Offset, but he was like, I'm gonna send you flowers because I respect you.
Did Chris get with Cardi B?
I don't know, but Cardi
that would be kind of weird.
I don't.
Anyway, sorry. I feel like it would be a little bit.
But Cardi. So now Cardi is involved somehow in this Chris and Quavo situation.
That's wild.
And she talking about, do I need to hop on and do a diss track? And so I'm just like,
do it.
So maybe there was possibly some issue between Sweetie and Cardi, because if Sweetie was out here cheating on Quavo, which is that's Offset's brother, cousin, whatever. So like there might have been an issue in that little family thing going on. So she might have had an issue with Sweetie at that time you was talking about. There might have been some truth behind it.
Yeah, dang,
I'm just trying to connect the dots now.
Yeah, come on, math.
Well, that's the fun part about all these diss tracks, and even so,
it's fun.
Like you said, the Chris Brown and Quavo, Kendrick, Drake and J. Cole. J. Cole backtracking out of his disses and apologizing. Like
Rick Ross,
I wonder,
Future, A$AP Rocky.
That something had to have happened for him to retract like that, because he put it out and it was done. He did, and then for him to retract, I feel like something happened.
I think he knew how deep it was gonna get, and he's like, you know what? I love both y'all. I'm good.
But that's the thing though too, right? Because like most of his raps and stuff, when he has dissed Kendrick in the past, was real, like he was about that life, like he was about the life where
come at me if you think you're top.
Yeah,
because I'm the top guy.
I got my clips loaded. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're talking that big game, you're gonna have to be able to back that up. You know what I mean? Exactly, it's hip hop, and so if you're not about that life, if you're not really, if you don't really got your clips ready, then you might want to sit back and let the big dogs who do have those clips ready do their thing, because they're
and now they're going to war.
Exactly.
Dang, that's.
And now Taylor Swift.
Apparently, yeah. Apparently,
no, it's not apparent. Well,
no. So that is. But
it's apparently. But I don't know. Have you heard about that?
Why would he? Yeah, I was like, I don't think
he might. You don't
know.
So
you know? Yeah, because they're saying that Taylor Swift, she dissed. It was Kim Kardashian, wasn't it? Kim Kardashian
for
on
7,000.
Yeah, on her most recent album, the Tortured Poets Department.
Yeah,
and it sold a bunch of units.
Yeah, and people were just like, okay, let go of this, like, multiple-year-old beef. Like, what is this? Grow up, move on.
Yeah,
but just the fact that it's even a thing though, because that would be interesting I feel like to see like pop people dissing each other, because I feel like it would be weird.
I think they do low key already,
but it's just not obvious.
It's not obvious, but this one was pointed at Kim.
I feel like Sabrina Carpenter has dissed people.
Yeah,
I don't know, for some reason I just feel like she has.
For sure. I think so too, but
if Billie did one, that would be interesting, because her pen game is for real. So it would just be so like. Anyway, sorry.
No, it's okay. But no, like he's excited. I'm gonna be excited, bro.
I love the passion.
But no, yeah. So like her song, "Thank You, Amy," It's hopefully we'll put it up here. Thanks again, Anthony, in advance.
Anthony.
But it has a capital K on Think, and then it also has a capital I-M. Amy is spelled A-I-M-M-E. A-I-M-E-E. And so capital K, capital I, capital M. So it's like, yo, this bullet has a name on it.
That's wild.
But I want to say that even though it's a pop diss, there was one line on there that I thought was like, yo, okay, you really taking a note from these rap peoples.
What did she say?
Because she said, one day your child's gonna come home playing the song that only you and I both know what it really means. And that's a shot at it. I believe it's a shot at North.
Listen,
North, not at North, but at Kim
about North.
Gotcha. Because North loves Taylor Swift, and like she's posted on TikToks, that she's a Swiftie, and so.
You did. I think we did touch on that for a second last. Yeah. Okay, I remember.
That's pretty tight, actually.
Yeah, right. I'm like the line was like I was like, ooh, okay, yeah, you like definitely.
This song that I'm putting out right now, your girl's gonna sing it.
Yeah, you're
gonna be the only one that knows that this is about you.
That's
pretty fire. Dang.
Right.
Shout out to Taylor Swift.
No, exactly. Dang. I was like, okay, low key Taylor, like hard. That was a bar.
Yeah.
Never thought I would say that.
Yeah.
But that was a bar. And then I'm just gonna go back real quick because we can talk about this all day. I would love to do a breakdown of the diss between all of these guys because it goes back for a decade.
It goes big.
It goes back for a decade at least with
What was that?
I was just breathing.
You didn't? Oh, breathe differently.
No, I just had to breathe.
You can breathe differently because that felt like difficult. You were, but it felt like you looked again at me.
I was suffocating for a second.
But why did you look at me when you did it? Why couldn't you just look anywhere?
You're my anchor.
Don't do that. Don't do that fake bullshit. That's crazy. You're my anchor. Anchor this. Like, that's wild, bro.
Anchor that voice you just did. But no, we need to do a diss track. But no, but yeah, beef goes back all the way to like 2010 to 2014, like around that time frame, and it's just gotten really deep. No, I mean,
wait, for who? Wait, I'm sorry.
No, it got really deep for Drake and Kendrick.
Oh, okay. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, just because that one has been mostly one-sided with Kendrick.
Mm-hmm.
I would say mostly one-sided with Kendrick throughout the decade. Drake hasn't really been dissing Kendrick like that. He's been trying to, like, I guess, take the high road or like trying to be cool with Kendrick, but Kendrick's made it clear, like, bro, I'm not cool with you.
And Drake is petty. Everybody knows that.
Yes, but what people were saying was just like, oh, Drake is scared of Kendrick. Hey, he ain't coming for Kendrick. This and that. And so now that he's,
because Kendrick, his words, he's good. He's good with words, man. So
but Drake and his ghostwriters are good with words too. Sorry.
That is what.
Listen.
That's wild.
I'm not saying that all his lyrics are specifically from ghostwriters because they're but like sometimes, especially as a bigger artist, you work with multiple writers or even like if somebody just like tags in on a bar here or a bar there, like you credit them. And I'm not saying I don't know what happened behind the pen for like that, and I don't know what happened with the pen for like Weakest Link with Chris Brown. I think that sounds like a lot of Chris's words to me, but.
And actually, while we're on it, allegedly Chris bought all of Quavo's concert tickets so no one would be there. I think I don't know if it's confirmed, but they're saying either he's in the works of trying to do that, or it's like he allegedly did do it. And I'm like, listen, a part of me would be pissed off only because an action was taken, but at the same time, it's like, well, at least he didn't mess up a check.
That's true. That
he didn't. He didn't mess up a check, but like I don't know.
He sunned him that way.
He what?
He sunned him.
Well, in a way, but at the same time, you made it look like nobody was there. Yeah. But those seats got bought.
That's true. That's true too.
Because 50 Cent did that. I cannot remember who he did that to.
Ja Rule, I think.
It was Ja Rule. Okay, yeah. So it's just like, but 50. Anyway, but yeah, so
but that's true though. You guys are both right though, because like y'all said, like the tickets were sold.
Like
and
who really lost? Like, haha, look at Quavo's show, but he's like still got paid the same,
right?
Nothing changed from my check.
Like, I mean, he asked for a refund like a week before. That was tough.
Because I think but I also
Chris is just like, you know what? Cancel.
I think that would also. I think that would really like show like an artist's character if they were to get mad about somebody buying out all their tickets so nobody could see their shows. Like, oh, okay, so you just
put money in my pocket.
Like you need attention, but you still you didn't lose out any money, so you didn't take a loss. You just that nobody's watching you. You want to be watched, like you know what I'm saying. Like, so I don't know. It's just really interesting. I'm like, how would people feel about that if that actually were to happen to them? You know what I mean? But that's wild, Chris.
Yeah. Last thing, real quick. Yeah. Chris's song "Weakest Link."
That's what it's called.
Yeah. And Drake's song is called "Push Up." Sorry, y'all. I can tell I'm not good with the names of these songs, but I'm trying. But
you're doing great.
Thank you so much. So there was a line in there that Chris said to Quavo about how he respects Takeoff. You know what? I should just pull up the lyrics because this line right here, I can't even do it. I can't do it. If I can't do it justice, I'm not gonna do it.
Is it the one where he said that he should have died? Instead of
No, that's why
he didn't. Okay. Let me.
These dudes are just.
Let me get the lyrics.
They have time today.
Because it gets misconstrued because a lot of people were saying that Chris Brown wishes Quavo was dead, and that's not what he's saying.
What did he say? That's because it sounds like that's what he's saying.
Okay. Let me. I have it.
That is these disses, man, and it's just like the only way you can do a good diss track, in my opinion, is if you understand who a person is. Like I feel like if you just do a diss track for the sake of doing a diss track, it's like, oh, okay, you're just doing this because, you know, maybe to get people talking. But for somebody to do a diss track about you that I guess you know, or that you know stuff about, it's just like, okay.
Yeah, be careful.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not that I would
that's what Kendrick was saying.
But yeah.
Be careful because your stuff about to come out too.
Right, because it's just
Drake.
Right, because it's like I wouldn't be afraid of the person being like doing afraid of somebody doing a diss track. I would be more nervous about why they're doing the diss track. It's just like, okay, all right.
But that's why people were saying that Quavo's was dead because he didn't really have nothing. So Chris says, R.I.P. Takeoff. He the only real one that got true respect. Crazy how when he died, everybody really wish it was you instead.
Oh, everyone else.
But either way.
But yeah, that's crazy. That's wild. That's wild. That's wild.
I was like, you legit went there. That's
like, hey, respect to your dead homie. It should have been you.
Yeah, that's tough.
Like, damn.
He sits there.
That's tough.
That's where
I was like, oh.
He's eating dinner at the table there.
That's tough. And so I don't know. Maybe that's why Cardi's going in or might go in. That would be cool if it's all of a sudden it's cross genre or not cross genre, cross gender.
Like an assist.
I would love that because I mean the thing is, I'm sorry, like. It was cool for a minute, but now that we've had that, I need the girls to get in somewhere. But see, the thing is, they won't stop through the music though. They'll find each other and probably try to fight.
Do that.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to. But you know, I mean, Cardi was already. You know what I'm saying? But Cardi's a fighter though. She has no problems. But like when Megan came at still that line, man, line she said.
That line now, all of a sudden,
and that wasn't even a diss track.
Well, no, it wasn't. But that line, it kind of was. That line in comparison to these lines now.
Oh yeah,
that these dudes is coming up with,
nothing.
I said that. I know I said before that Megan's Law is a diss line of the decade, but man, that was. That was before April.
Right. that.
April came out and it was just and they came out. They came to party, they came to play, they came for necks, they came for jugulars.
Yes, they came for jugulars.
And so
and genitals.
It would be cool. It would be cool to see Cardi diss Chris and Chris diss Cardi and Megan hop in there and diss whoever what I'm saying. It'd be cool to see like it legit like go all throughout the rap game, and not just the dudes and the females.
It's like a rap civil war.
Yeah, that's the new Avengers Endgame.
That right there, very that.
That's the new Endgame right there.
That is wild.
But yeah, so that's a little bit on what's going on with the diss tracks. What else did you want to touch on?
Yeah,
today?
so I wanted to talk about. So look, listen, we like Beyonce here. We support her. So I'm gonna talk about it. Yes, we love Beyonce. Love Beyonce here. So she just dropped her album Cowboy Carter, and if you haven't listened to it, what's your problem? But because it really is good, just because it's more than just. It's not even just her. It's just like everything. But anyway, so there was a short documentary that was dropped on HBO Max called Beyonce and Nashville's Renaissance. And so they were touching on the impact that she's having, and also feeling concerned that it's taking away from
Black country singers.
Yeah, from Black country singers, when she's only just going to be in there for a minute and get out. But the thing is, she put a lot of attention on Black country singers because of what she was doing, because people out there that support her or support the fact that she's doing country music who don't have an issue with it because they're adults. And so they decided, oh, well, if she's doing this and I like this, so what are like country artists actually doing? Like, who else is out there? Who are these people that was on this song Blackbird with her? They sound great. Like, let's look them up. Who are these other people on her album, that did these collaborations? I like their voice. I like what they brought to the song. Like, who else are they? So it's just, and I guess they were also talking about how country just in general isn't really friendly to outsiders. So when Jewel, she tried to do a country album, they weren't really having it. And I forgot, oh my gosh, there was somebody, another pop singer that was, John Bon Jovi, not pop, but rock singer, legend. He was trying to dip in the country, and it just wasn't really, they weren't really taking to him like that. And so, so I said last time that there was a guy that was at the CMAs when Beyonce performed her song Die Lessons off of Lemonade, and somebody behind him said, get that black bitch off the stage, but she was actually in front of him. I just wanted to correct that information. I thought she was behind, but she was in front. But just the fact,
how wild is that? Regardless.
But you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's wild, and it's just so you feel so comfortable in a space that you didn't create. I'm gonna be honest with you. The people that are gatekeeping country, you had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? I mean, just the banjo itself, like that, and I didn't even realize that. So it's just like it was what? Yeah. The banjo itself it's not an American instrument, or at least that's not where it started. So it's oh my gosh, it's African diaspora. I think that's the place. I think that's how you pronounce it. But it's an African instrument, and so they brought that over on the ships when the slaves were brought here, and so that was part of their music when they were playing, and so that ended up translating into the banjo that we see today in country music or in folk music. So there was just a lot that was said about it, and it was just so interesting them touching bases on it. And just there are people who don't have an issue with it because they're not tripping on it, and there are people who do. And there were, I think it was country singer Alan Jackson, I think it was, that was reported saying that he left when she got on, like when she got on the stage and she was performing, that he up and left. Now, I don't know if he up and left because of that, or if he left at all. I don't know how true that is, but that's just what's being reported. I don't know how, like I said, how true that is, but it's just so interesting to see how many people have had such an issue with her making this album. And for the people who said, oh, Beyonce's not country, well, first of all, idiots, she said that this is not a country album, this is a Beyonce album. So for anybody, black, white, Haitian, Puerto Rican, all of that said this is not a country album, like, I don't know why she's calling it that. She didn't. She said it's not. So that's on you for, assuming that it's a country album. I mean, yeah, she definitely had country influences and folk influences. You can clearly tell, and even like a Western theme.
And it's called Cowboy Carter.
Yes, throughout. And so I'm saying, and the thing is, you don't get to tell her that she's not country. If you follow, which you don't follow anything about her, even from Destiny's Child, there's been some type of Texas representation, like her roots.
She's country because she's from Houston, Texas.
Yes, you know what I'm saying, and that's always been that she's always represented it some way periodically throughout her career and through her life. So, but it's just like, who's to say that she can't do it? So, I mean, you don't get to decide what somebody's doing, and they have to invite her back to the CMAs because it's just going to be too apparent, and it's going to be like, okay, y'all are going to make yourselves look stupid. But I was just really interesting. That documentary is like 42 minutes long, but yeah, ridiculous.
Yeah, you know, honestly, let's talk about like gatekeeping in general.
In general.
Because it's right now it's with country music, but man, it was definitely what?
Sorry, I'm just thinking about. Sorry.
Oh,
go ahead.
But it definitely happens throughout the different genres. I know, even with hip hop, like with Eminem. You know, gatekeepers are there, just like, nah, dude, like, get out of here, bro. Like, this is our stuff, you know.
Like, look what you look like. And it's like,
exactly, just because of how music. You look, exactly. And so that there's people who always want to shun other cultures from enjoying your culture's music, and it's just like, why don't we try to invite people to enjoy our music the same way we do, so that way we can build a bond with that culture, as opposed to. I get it in the past, like there's been a lot of theft and appropriation, and I get that. But it's like, if we keep standing on the fact that we're worried about someone appropriating our music or even like style or, you know, any sort of like things of that nature, then we're always going to be divided, and we never will be able to appreciate each other. Like,
and you're blocking the people who can bring a different perspective
for sure
to the table.
Definitely.
All right, I have a different opinion on this. So
of course.
I think. You pissed me off. You're pissing me off. But okay, so using Eminem as an example, I think in certain situations when it comes to like hip hop or like R&B for that instance, I think, or, you know, neo soul, whatever, just kind of in that realm, I think there are a number of people who have a certain, I guess, attitude of gatekeeping for the fact of you're going to come in and be successful because you are good, but now it's going to be like, oh, like they did something that nobody else is doing. But what about like being like, I guess, becoming more successful than the people who do exactly what you do, but it just happens to be more relatable because you can reach more people because of how you look. So there is an aspect of how someone looks that does play into it. Now, there are the people who are negatively like gatekeeping just because, you know, of looks, and I don't agree with that either. Because I mean, if somebody's good, they're good. You know what I'm saying? But I think there have been situations where there are people who do exactly what somebody else is doing that happens to be a person of color. Not really a lot of differences, but because of this difference, there's more people that I guess are comfortable seeing it because they get a piece of that culture, but they don't get what comes with it. Mm-hmm. And I think there can be a lot of that. I'm not saying
that's kind of what people are saying about Beyonce though.
As far as country?
Yeah, because if you
know history. Yeah.
No, I'm saying if you think about it, it's like she's coming in and she's, like you just said, she's going to dominate the space because only she can.
Only she.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like it goes back to saying, if you're saying that somebody else is going to bring something to the table because their popularity, their spin on it is going to make them seem like, oh, well, they're the only ones they're the only ones that did it this way. And so people will say the same thing about Beyonce with this album, like, oh, she's the only one to do country like this.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. You have to kind of break down those guards that you have with people coming in here and utilizing the genre to fit them, so that you can appreciate what they, like you said, like what they bring to the table, because people bring different things. But
it's only certain cultures that happens in. There are other cultures of music where that almost rarely doesn't happen. So it's just kind of like, okay, so what's the difference here as opposed to over here? Is it just because it's easily accessible and we make it easily accessible, or is it just one of those things where it's just what it is? It's just not really happening here, and it's happening here. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's like a lot of, I don't know.
No, I completely get where you're coming from. I look at it as like a root, and are you feeding it, or are you taking the fruit? You know, Like, it just kind of depends on what you're doing with it.
Good with words.
Yeah.
I mean, he keeps proving our points. I mean, just like stop.
Well, yeah, no, exactly what you're saying. Because like you're saying, like different cultures, some cultures keep harder than others, and I agree with that one because, even like with me, doing 2 songs that I have in Spanish, so something like Latin pop.
And that's what my example was. I just didn't want to be outright about it.
No, it's fine. I want to use that one because like all I get is love for those albums. For those tracks. Stop, chill out. Yeah, all I get is love for those tracks, and it's just like it feels great. And I've always felt included and invited whenever I do speak Spanish. With the Mexican culture or Latin culture in general, even though they think I'm like Dominican or Honduran or whatever the case is, because of the skin color, but I always love it because they're always just either super impressed or super amazed that I'm even attempting to learn their language and doing it as properly as I can, and also just making sure that it's respectable.
But that's why, because they can tell your intention with it. You know what I'm saying? And so I think I
think they're more welcoming though, honestly, than other cultures.
I mean, maybe, but it's also a culture of music that people like you rarely see other people dip into, because I think that's a major concern of like, is this appropriation or is it something, that I can go into and be like, I just really love this music and it does something for me. Because I'm serious, when it comes to Black culture, even with Latin culture, there are certain aspects of it that people take because of how glamorized it's been in the media and how other people glamorize it, but they don't want any of the truths of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where appropriation comes in, because you want this because it looks fun to you, but then the actualization of it, or the realization of what comes with that, is like, oh, this is too much. What do you mean this is too much? And I think that's also kind of where gatekeeping comes for certain people. It's just like, because you don't understand, this isn't just a great sound that we love. Like this came from something, and you're just up in here just singing it, and people are just like loving what it is that you're doing. But it's just like, you can't, I guess, pull from that. Maybe, I guess some people, like I said, there's just so many different.
But see, like all of those rules and like stipulations, it really messes with like being able to enjoy the music. Like you have to suffer in order to enjoy this music. You know what I mean? Like, no, you shouldn't have to.
I think people just have like when you're in the culture, they have a deep appreciation for people who do the homework and show a deep interest in it. That's true. I think that's where everybody should come at it.
Yeah, like, I think that's definitely different. And I think maybe it comes from not anger, but just from like either just they're just gonna skip over it. It's just something just fun to do because it feels good, and nobody's really gonna try to understand, like you said, just doing your homework, but not try to understand like why it's like this, I guess. And maybe I think like like how they say you need to understand what came before you, before you come in here. So like as an up and coming singer, and you don't know any of like, I guess, like the big names that like pioneered certain things, and I think maybe people are afraid it's just gonna get just wiped down, and it almost kind of feels like nothing. It's just something to do, maybe. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, I can kind of see it. It's like when Miley Cyrus came out with her hip hop run. That was
weird. That was weird. Okay, yeah. No, that was weird, because to me it felt like, okay, this is just, you're in a bad girl phase and you're just being rebellious. Like, I got that immediately.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people did, weird. Even though she did it well, but obviously her producers, sure,
it was weird, because I was just like, so you just surrounded by niggas right now? I mean, like that was weird.
But they wanted her. Our culture wanted her.
No, yeah, and that's it. So I mean? That's the thing. I was like, I think when it comes to
our hip hop culture.
Yeah, no, I think when it comes to the culture of like hip hop and like R&B and soul, I feel like that's in my opinion, it seems like it's the most welcoming, because I see the most. You don't think so?
No.
Okay, because I see like people. I've seen so many different artists coming out as of late that aren't black, and they're just like in the R&B scene or like in the hip hop scene, and people are flocking to it.
As of late, yes, but like throughout our history, that culture's history, no.
So
there's definitely been a lot of like, oh, Justin Timberlake, you know, he's sings soulful. He got all that soulful stuff from us, like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, Justin Timberlake was good at what he did, but there was something kind of.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
like it was weird. Can't just appreciate the culture and want to sing it,
because it felt like he didn't. He had specific people with him doing it, and I think that's what was off to people.
But sometimes you have to have those specific people. I'm sorry,
but that's but okay, but that's what I'm saying. I think that's where people are coming from. It's just like, okay, you're in here, but you're you're using the people that are of that culture to further what it is that you're doing, and so it doesn't feel like you're appreciating it. It feels like this is what's gonna sell. You know what I'm saying? Some people feel that way.
Well, I definitely did it with my two songs, because I was like, I definitely did it with my two songs because I feel like I wanted it to be as authentic as possible. And so yeah, I got someone who's fluent in Spanish to be the rapper in the song.
Yeah.
Because I was worried. I was like, you know, I don't want to seem like, you know, this person who's not fluent Spanish speaker coming in sounding fake. And so I definitely reached out to people that I know are fluent Spanish speakers. I'm like, hey, yeah, do this.
So do you think that like Pharrell and Timbaland feel away when they work with Justin Timberlake, knowing that he's a guest in this?
No, I know that they don't feel that way. I think for them, especially with Timbaland, I mean, they have such a rapport with each other. So I don't think there's any way that he feels like that. I really don't know. All these people could actually be just honestly crazy and say, I actually do it for this, but who knows? Whatever. It's not for me to understand. But yeah, I don't think they probably don't feel that way, especially because they've actually they know him and they've worked so closely with him. And so I think it's the, what is it called? The perception, you know, it's the perception of it. And it's like, I get what you're saying. Like, I want to approach this the right way. So I'm going to have like people who can help me, you know what I'm saying? And I guess with Justin, I guess they feel like it was only that from beginning to end. There was never a, like, okay, like I'm into this more now, so now I can really start to mix and mingle. So do y'all feel like just everybody should be able to just do just whatever? Just if that's what they feel, is just be able to do it?
If they do it respectfully and correctly, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think, yeah, like, you know, K. Michelle hopped in the country too, you know? Okay.
I'm sorry, just real quick. I listened to her country song. I was like, I don't hear, I definitely don't hear anything in this. It just feels like you're saying you're a country artist, but it's R&B.
Oh.
That's honestly the song that, like, the one song that I heard from her, I'm like, the video maybe is country, but the song is literally just you singing what we're used to you singing. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, I definitely have to listen to that.
Interesting.
But some other news stuff that happened recently. Normani
finally
came out with dates for her album release.
Yes,
which I believe is June 14th.
It's in June. I do not remember.
Dang, you love Normani. That's crazy.
I don't love Normani, but I've definitely been. Okay. I've definitely been waiting. Well, all her fans have been waiting for her music because she came out as solo about 6 years ago. Obviously we don't know what's been happening, but like, why is it taking so long? Yeah. Like, what's been going on with your team? Like, what's been going on with your representation? Maybe there's just been a lot of like switching and moving around, but I mean, for it to be such a long time and we finally get your debut, because you're not new to this. No. So it's just really interesting that it's taken such a long time. I know that girl, when she does her first performance, like fully of her songs, she's going to break down because it's taken a long time to get here.
Yeah,
you know?
So yeah, she has a release right now.
159.
159. And that's a really sexual song.
With Gunna.
Gunna shouldn't even have been on it. But I don't care. He shouldn't have been on it.
Yeah.
So check out that song. That song's dope.
Sabrina Carpenter, Espresso. She dropped her new song. It's really cool. Sabrina, she's making herself known. She's
rising up in the music industry.
She is. She's becoming a big pop girly. So
let me wash off this Disney real fast.
Listen, they all go through it. They have to.
And then also JT came out with OK, and that song's pretty cool too. I'm starting to appreciate JT more and more. I always appreciated her as a rapper just because she was the better one. Yeah, not Justin Timberlake. Sorry, JT from City Girls.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've always appreciated JT as a rapper. I didn't really have the same appreciation for Carisha.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Carisha. Just because to me, Carisha was much more of like the. I guess you could say, like Zach Campbell said it better. Like she's been more of the, like the personality behind City Girls, like the you know, like, yeah,
okay,
like the one that like really pushed for like that
JT
style.
Yeah,
yeah. So, but JT was the one that had the bars, and like, you know, 'cause I'm always like listening to it. I'm just like, who is this? Because I don't like this one. Sorry, no offense, but I'm like, I don't really like this one. But then when JT hops on, I'm just like, okay, no, there's bars there. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So you know, shout out to JT for doing her thing too with OK, and you know, hopefully she keeps rolling out tracks, you know, in the fashion that she has been, because she is starting to be on par with. I mean, she's definitely to me better than like Sexy Red or, you know, like, you know, women of that Ice Spice. Sorry, you know, even even Glow. I'm sorry, like
Glorilla.
Yeah, because I'm just like, you know, like to me with the song with Megan and Glow. I don't know if y'all heard that one.
Can't wait to hear your thoughts on her when you go after you go see them.
Well, I'm going to go see Megan. She just happens to be there.
That's wild. But you're going to see her. So I can't wait to hear your thoughts after the fact.
But even the song with Megan and Glow, like that one, obviously Megan bodied the track as she should. But when Glow is just on there, I'm just like, I don't even really know what you're saying. Like I hear you. Like I hear you, but it's not appealing to the ear for me. Mm-hmm. So, and then the lyrics definitely aren't doing anything for me.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know,
Glow.
At least JT that definitely hit me with lyrics from time to time, and so I definitely think that she's going to be on the rise as well, and she'll be, you know, probably doing her thing more so than these other girls, hopefully, because she's actually a good rapper.
Then shout out to Tinashe. She dropped Nasty Girl. It's a new single. And Dua Lipa for her new song Illusion. She's dropping her album, I want to say on the 10th, I believe. Radical Optimism.
I just don't want another disco track or disco album.
Well, I mean, we'll see, but I mean,
it all sounds the same.
Dang, but yeah. So
I like you do it. I like you though. It starts to kind of run the same for me sometimes. But you know,
new music, you know, check it out.
Though. Some people love the disco vibe, and
yeah,
if it's working for you, keep doing it. You know, no hate.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I definitely agree. So you know, they're dropping new music. Check them out. You know, listen to their tracks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I think it's time for our. Do you have any today? You don't have any, huh?
Shoutouts. Shoutouts. No.
That's all crazy. That dopeness for nothing. That was tight.
Not for nothing.
No, for nothing.
No, not for nothing. No, not for nothing. No, you know what? No. Shout out to PM. Shout out to PM. He is a rapper, and I've met him before, but I haven't actually had a chance to really see him perform. But I got to see him perform on Sunday at Kobe and Friends. Shout out to Kobe. Doing his thing. He's been, you know, doing these shows, Kobe and Friends, and it's, you know, really doing something special with it. But yeah, so he is a rapper, and we had a really cool conversation after the show about.
Are you talking about Rashad's partner?
Yes.
Oh yeah, he's dope.
Yeah. Dope. And so, Rashad, I love you. But yeah, and so we had a really cool conversation after the show, just talking about what he can do as an artist to just kind of like put himself out there. And it's honestly, and I was saying, just be yourself, let people see who you are, because once they do, they'll be so interested in what else that you have to offer, and just give them the music, and just, you know, put yourself out there and just do what it is that you want to do. And the ones that are supposed to be there with you will be there with you. You know, I mean, there's social media and there's all these different things that we have to do so many things now as artists. And, you know, and I like that we are responsible for that, instead of having, you know, representation or like all these teams behind us to do it for us. You know, it forces you to be personal, but sometimes I feel like it's a little too personal. But yeah, it was a really cool conversation. He's a really cool rapper. He's talented, and he's just a really cool dude. So shout out to you, PM, for real. Thank you so much. So it wasn't all that dopeness for nothing.
Shoot,
Get out of my face.
Glad you were able to pull that off.
I'm wish you were glad to shut up.
I'm not.
So I know. So what? Who's yours?
So mine. I'm actually gonna switch it up this time because I know we do rappers and we also do R&B artists and stuff like that. But I'm gonna take it to the DJ side right now. And I guess he is one of my best friends, but he's doing his thing. But yeah, shout out DJ Catatonia. He's actually doing his thing right now. I'm sorry.
When he sees this, he's gonna be like, "Oh."
He's not gonna see it. I'm just playing. I don't know if it is or not. Either way, it doesn't matter. Like I'm still shouting out to DJ Catatonia because he's producing music.
Yes.
And one of his songs right now are topping the Beatport charts in this genre is EDM.
Number 10, I think, right?
It was number 10. It's still going up. So last time I heard it was number 9, and it's going up. It's called Smoking Grooves, I believe, and you can check it out. We'll have DJ Catatonia, I believe it's _Catatonia on his Instagram.
Yes.
We'll have his, and Jadea will have his shout out for PM. Yes. And don't want to put you on the spot, but do you have anybody you would like to shout out?
Shout out to just everybody who's been supporting, everybody who comes up and shows some love every time.
Thank you.
Like on Saturday, I was with Joseph. Friday, I was with Joseph. I'm from Bars on Wheels. And
love Joseph.
That's my boy. We're just walking out of Sandrini's, and some dude walks up and is like, "Hey man, you're Chuck, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Man, I've been rocking with you for a while. Like, I love what you do, and I've never met this dude." So that right there, it's moments. Like it reminds me, like, man, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. So shout out to everybody who's been rocking with me.
Again, good dude.
Thank you.
Just he shout out everybody. My goodness. But so
are we going back into stuff?
No. Oh. No, I was gonna go into Chuck. So, because we had talked about it, and I had asked Chuck about it, and he said he was cool with it. Do you think you could give us a little something for the people?
Oh, yeah.
Because we've been talking about how smooth he is and just how effortless it is, but I mean, it's nothing to it but to witness it for yourselves.
I got you.
Make sure these
headphones
are all tight.
Nice and snug.
Nice and clean.
I said, I'm the type that never needed permission. Just proceed with the missions, leave people in fetal positions. Cause baby, I'm deep with the pencils and pen game. They send me in to end things and make your head swing. You ain't seen this much passion, baby. She asking, so we smashing. Will I be the reason for your next caption, baby? Well, if you down for that action, let's get it cracking. I'm packing, baby. Busy stacking Frankies and passing danky shit. I ain't capping. Frankly, I've been on a mission with assassins and bright souls who shine in the dark like light poles. Despite woes who always handle their shit, I swear they look like pros. But treat humans like humans, those people. I like those, all 10 of them down. Always been on my toes, new shoes and nice clothes, cool jewels, leave my froze, record spinning like cyclones. My masters your eye on, I'm trying to leave mines blown with clip pictures like slideshows.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the thing is that I know he could have gone more.
I was like, should I?
Just give him.
I know he's like, I'll give y'all a taste. But like, I can't keep going. And I'm just like, hell, you could.
But yeah, so
no, definitely appreciate what you did.
Yes, that was lovely. Just I mean, so cool. listening to it, he's one of those people that you hear him talking, it's like, okay, well, how does he rap? And it's just so it all just makes sense. Yeah. It all just makes sense. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
And thank you for being on the show.
Yes,
we're gonna wrap this one up, but I know you're also gonna be on a little part here. But yeah, we're gonna wrap this one up. Thank you again for being on the show. This is that one guy Chuck.
Yes, on Instagram. That's where you can find him. Yes. Follow him, please, and then give him a follow.
Like and subscribe.
Yes, hopefully lickle and subscribble.
No, quit saying that. That's really weird.
What do you mean quit saying? I just said it for the first time today.
Before you said lick and subscribe. Like, stop saying that.
No Diddy.
But at least okay, but at least it was lickle.
No, it's worse.
No, it's not lickle.
Lickle is worse, bro.
Oh my gosh, whatever.
No, I'm sorry. Do your thing. Be you.
What does lickle rhyme with?
Tickle. And pickle. I love pickles though. Ooh, those good. All right, thank you so much for joining us on the Shut Up Podcast. Again, thank you to Chuck for coming in. See y'all next time.
Like
Bye.
and subscribe, leave comments. Nick leaves comments down below before he tries to
yes. Nah, I'm getting out of here.
But make a comment about check out Chuck's stuff and leave us a comment. How you like it. I'm sure it's not whether or not you're gonna love it. But yeah, and so Thank y'all again for tuning in. We'll be right back. Peace out.
Bye.